Alright guys, welcome back to What If Cell Went Too Far Back. I'm enjoying this series, hope you are too. All that being said, let's get to it. We cut to Beerus. It's been years since Boo arrived, and Cell's been training with Boo getting much stronger. Beerus would be having a dream about a golden warrior. A golden warrior and a Super Saiyan god. These two people began to challenge Beerus, pushing him further and further. This dream eludes him. Eventually he would wake up, but he'd forget what it was. He would sit in his nice bath, thinking. As he continued to think, he couldn't remember what it was. He would try more and more, until he stood up from the bath, yelling, "It's a golden warrior and a Super Saiyan god!" Whis would look at him confused and say, "My lord, the water's not that deep." He would look down and get flustered as he would get back in the water. That's who I want. I want a Super Saiyan god and a golden warrior. Those are the people I am meant to fight. Whis would say, Frieza wiped out most of the Saiyans, and a golden warrior isn't that a tad, outrageous? Beerus would say, I know what I saw. Tell me what happened over these years. Well, alright. Let's see, quite a bit has happened. Frieza was killed by... Wait, what? Frieza was killed? By who? Well, they call him Cell. He looks like he's a bio-android of some sort, made from DNA of multiple people. As Beerus looked at him, he looked so familiar. He had to be the Golden Warrior. He says, are there any Saiyans left? Yes. Cell is in charge of the Empire and the Saiyans under him. Interesting. I think I should pay this Cell a visit. We cut to Cell and Majin Buu. Cell and Majin Buu would be training, pushing each other. As Buu would look around, Buu could somewhat sense God Ki. And Cell's been training with Boo so much, he learned how to do it too. They both felt a weird energy far away. Cell would say, what was that? Boo says, Boo don't know. As then he sat down. But Boo want to eat. Cell would then laugh and say, alright Boo. Cell would then bring Boo to a feast as he began to eat. But Cell was curious what this power was. It was so far away, he probably didn't have to worry about it, but it felt weird. It didn't sense like any other ki he felt before. As Cell and Boo were both there, he tried to get his mind off of things. After all, he could go out and investigate, but Cell had everything. He had friends, he had a chance to fight every time he wanted, he had Boo, he had pretty much anything he could ever want. And if he learned how to absorb people again, he would have plenty of food. Plenty of nutrients to feed his empire. He has been thinking about trying to absorb things, but his tail is so small now, he doesn't even know if it's possible. However, the energy he felt would slowly get closer and closer. Cell would then get worried, as he would demand Vegeta, Nappa, and Goku all get their guard up. They would say, what's happening? I sense an energy like I've never felt before. It's getting closer. They would all stand up and shake nervously as suddenly Beerus would walk through the door. Vegeta would then begin to shake as he looked at Beerus. But Beerus would walk and say, very impressive, I heard about you, Cell. Cell would get a fighting stance nervously as he shook. This energy, it's nothing like he ever felt before. Beerus would say, relax, I'm not here to destroy you, I just want a good fight. Well, I heard you took out Frieza. Did you kill his father as well? Cell would say, we looked for his father, but we couldn't find him. He was known for being a coward. No one's seen him in such a long time. He's either dead or he's hiding on some rock. Beerus would then get intrigued, but he would forget about it. After all, King Cold's really not that big of a problem. Alright. I know about your secret form, Cell. You might as well transform. Cell looked shocked. The only person he's ever shown is Boo. And even with that form, he knew he couldn't beat Beerus. Cell would say, what are you talking about? Beerus would then give him a serious look and say, show us right now, or I will erase you. Cell then sighed. He was holding back this power in case some of the Saiyans became a threat, or Majin Buu. But he didn't want them to know about it. He didn't want to know he was holding back. And he also thought it was kind of boring. When he didn't use that power, he could have a good time. But this guy was different. This guy was above anything he thought he knew before. And he was going to have to show his true power to even be able to compete with Beerus. As Cell sighed, he began to yell and charge up. As he charged up all of his power, as he charged up all of his strength, his skin turned gold. Cell would say, "Behold my golden form. I was hiding this for someone special, fitting that it's you." Beerus would say, "I'm special, huh? Oh, I'm flattered." "Now, before we fight, let's get something to eat. Get out of that form." Cell then looked confused as he turned back to his base form. "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm famished. Once I'm done, we'll fight." "Now make me a meal," Beerus would say. Cell would order his men to make Beerus some food, as Beerus and the Saiyans began to eat. Beerus would then begin to eat and enjoyed the food quite a bit. As him and everyone else began to eat, Beerus was having the time of his life. This is some of the best food he ever had. Cell remembered Earth food and he mixed it in with other food. He wasn't in charge of the cooking since he really didn't eat or didn't need to. So Goku and Vegeta really were the ones who were in charge of making sure food was prepared right. After enjoying the meal, Beerus got up and was ready to fight. So was Cell. Cell would turn gold as Beerus would look at him. "Not bad. Now let's get this going." Cell and Beerus would begin to battle as they flew up into space. Beerus would look at Cell and say, "You know what, Cell? I never really had someone like you, a bio-android. Most places they're banned to make. So you're like a rare commodity." Cell would say, "Commodity? Is that all I am to you? That hurts me. I'm more than a tool." Beerus would laugh and say, "I guess you are. After all, you were able to defeat Frieza, and that means something." Cell and Beerus would begin to push each other. At least Cell was pushing Beerus as much as he could, but obviously he couldn't do that much since Beerus was very powerful compared to him. But he still had a good fight. As they battled, they talked. "What's that key you have?" Beerus would say, "What do you mean? It doesn't feel like anything else." Beerus would say, "Oh, Boo has some God Key. It seems like you picked up on that. God Key is divine energy. But you don't even have that, and you have this power. It's amazing." "Tell me, Cell, do you want to be a destroyer?" Cell would say, I don't know. I just want to fight and have a good time." Beerus would say, "Me too." As Beerus then began to charge a massive key ball. "Here, I have an idea. Let's see how strong you are." As he threw it straight at Cell's capital planet. Cell looked down and actually started to get worried. Goku was there. If he messed up, Goku, the person he raised, will die. Cell flew down to the bottom and began to charge up a Kamehameha. As he blasted into the key ball with all of his might, with all of his strength, he began to push more and more. As Beerus added a bit more of his power and pushed down. "I can see the panic in your eyes. You care about someone down there, Cell. I didn't know you were the type to care after all the terrible things you've done." "That's surprising." Cell then put more and more of his energy into the Kamehameha. "It seems like you do have a heart." Beerus then began to push it further and further down. As it got closer and closer to Cell, Cell couldn't let Goku die. As he screamed in agony, as he screamed in pain, as he screamed in anger, he pushed the ball back with his Kamehameha, barely. Beerus then laughed and said, "Well, that must have used a lot of your power." But then Cell punched him and said, "Not enough to stop fighting." Beerus says, "I like the way you think, Cell." As they both continued the battle, but Cell was running out of stamina, as eventually Beerus would win. Beerus would then say, "Well done, Cell. You gave me a good fight. Now, Whis, I want you to take the Saiyans into a time chamber on another planet. I need you to train them to become a Super Saiyan God." Whis would nod. As Whis would bring the rest of the Saiyans out to train them with God Ki. As that was going on, we cut to King Cold. King Cold's been in hiding ever since his son died. He knew how powerful Cell was, and he knew he couldn't challenge him. So he's been training for so long to become more powerful. And he's even found a new ally. As he looks around, he's on planet Vampa. And his new ally is Broly. Paragus would look at him and say, "Do you promise we can get our revenge?" "Yes, I will get revenge for my son, and you will get revenge on Vegeta." Paragus and King Cole would both laugh, as suddenly Paragus would begin to shake as King Cole would turn into his golden form. "This is the type of power that I required, and this is the type of power that will destroy Cell once and for all." And that's going to leave things off. You thought I forgot about King Cole, didn't ya? Don't worry, I plan to replace him with Resurrection F, because, well, why not? I mean, Frieza's one of my favorite characters, and I'd prefer to do Frieza, but we can't really do that since Cell took over his empire, and no one will be looking for the Dragon Balls to save Frieza's empire. It's not like anyone really likes him. They just need him out of desperation. So why not bring King Cold into it? Besides, King Cold needs more screen time. I didn't forget about him, and I haven't forgot about the Ginyu Force. Don't worry, it's all planned out in the future. And I hope you like this series. If you do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Peace out, yo.